things here. All right, let me make sure. It looks like it's working, but I'm always paranoid. So while I'm checking,
Hey, what's up? It's Josh Stanley with Client Alchemist and
I don't
EXP.
know why that does that. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. It's working. All right. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know why the free listings challenge is in the description. We'll fix that. You never know what'll pop up. um, so today is day 4 of our 5-day challenge, and I have to say, if I'm being honest, you all are far exceeding any expectations I had from the challenge. Like I continue to be absolutely blown away by the number of appointments. Some of you have already taken listings, I think, like literally signed listing contracts while in the challenge. I love it, love it, love it. So Jeffrey, Kathy, George, John, Lisa, Adele, thank you for letting me know that we are good to go. So again, just blown away and so thrilled to see all of you, or so many of you anyway, taking action, getting results. More importantly, just the action, right? Doing the right activities is what feeds the results over time. But so many of you are getting such positive feedback from the market through doing the right work, right? Taking the right kind of action. And so really massive kudos to you. Michael, I appreciate you. Will you do me a huge favor and hit the like button if you're getting value out of this challenge? If this has been helpful to you in any way, if you've gotten anything positive whatsoever out of the challenge thus far, and I've got some good stuff left for you. Please know that as well. I appreciate you all with the like buttons. Sophie and Travis hopping on as well. Good stuff. Okay, so here's the plan for today. We're going to do a little review and housekeeping. I want you to start thinking about and even sharing your lessons or takeaways and or questions from yesterday. Okay, so let us know in there. Maybe you had somebody for sale by owner or an expired stump you, and let's crowdsource a response. Now, I know some of you had already posted in a standalone post with your results, so we'll even try and review some of those things as well. So we want lessons and takeaways. Then we've got the actual the actual training and task for today, and then we're going to take you through a powerful exercise and let you in on what we're doing for the virtual listings bootcamp later this month. So that's the plan. You all are too kind. Kathleen says value question mark. Yes, 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 with all caps. John says action equals results 100%, right? I will, I'm a massive action guy, but I like to say massive right action, right? Because there's a whole lot of, there are lots of things that we can do that would be considered to be action, but maybe not the right actions. This is about taking the right actions and that leading to results. Daphne says always huge value. Appreciate that, Daphne. Bob Glenn, terrific value. Yes, 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 yes. FSBOs, this is a good one. This is a good one. Thank you for sharing that, Daphne. FSBOs are not as intimidating as I thought, right? FSBOs are not as intimidating as I thought. We often create stories in our mind, scenarios in our mind that never even remotely happen. We create these nonsensical reasons that hold us back. And my mom's not watching because she's not a real estate agent. So let me tell you about my mom. I love my mom dearly. She has been amazing. My mom and my dad both. I am blessed to have great parents. But my mom worries about all kinds of stuff that never ever happens. She's creating the worst case scenarios in her head all the time. I have this conversation with her frequently. I'm like, Mom, what are the chances of any of this happening? And even if they do, you can't do anything about it until it actually happens. So let's figure it out if that happens. But in the meantime, let's not waste any energy or effort on something that maybe has a 5 or 3 or 1% chance of happening, right? So FSBOs, the lesson there is FSBOs aren't intimidating. Not that my mom is a worrier, although that's also fact. Kathy, it's normal and okay to be nervous on your way to a total stranger's house. Absolutely. Listen, I still get that way, right? I have a listing appointment tomorrow morning. Yeah, listing appointment tomorrow morning, and it was from the post that I made earlier, hot diggity, and I'll be a little nervous. I never met them. I never been at their house before, right? That's normal. 100%. Jeffrey, hearing your tweaks to the scripts is excellent. Takeaway, someone may actually call you back. Be ready, 100%. So here's what happened to me. This morning, I got a text, which is the screenshot that I posted. I'll show it. Let's find it in the group here. It's the screenshot that I posted. It was a text that came in completely. I mean, I was not expecting it. And it was from the post that I shared on Monday. Okay, so it's Thursday now. The post that I shared in our lesson on Monday, day 1 of the training, or of the challenge rather. And they texted, oh boy, trying to find it in here, maybe like looking for a needle in a haystack. But they texted me and I started texting back. We were going back and forth, and then they called me. And it was the daughter of an older couple that are looking to downsize. And she was like, right, here we go. I seen your post about looking for a home in Lower Paxton Township on Facebook just now. Now, she saw it just now. I posted it on Monday. My parents just recently decided to downsize and move closer to my brother and I. They have a 4-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom home sitting on a 3/4 acre plot that has a fenced-in backyard, finished basement, 1-car garage, blah, 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 blah. Here's what I know. I already have a buyer for this property, for sure. Like, I have probably multiple buyers for this property. But if I don't, I know that I can help them net the most amount of money with the least amount of hassle and the fastest or the quickest amount of time, right? So really good stuff. Let's see. I get extremely excited about listing appointments. Amen. And this is a great reframe for you. And I talked to my oldest son is a pretty good athlete. Actually, our whole family is, but he's the oldest one. They didn't get it from me. I can assure you that. My wife is super athletic, and my wife's father is super athletic. My father-in-law. I was good enough to get by, but they were and are super athletic. Anyway, one of the things that I often will the mindset little things I'll use with him is if we're going into a big game or a big tournament, or he's playing a rival, or I know that he might be anxious or nervous about a particular game or about a particular matchup or something like that. I will intentionally, I won't ask him if he's nervous or if he's anxious. What I'll do instead is say, hey, are you excited for the game? Are you excited for this? I mean, this is awesome, right? So turn nervous into excited, right? So I even let myself get into that trap. I'm talking about being nervous for tomorrow morning. I'm excited for tomorrow morning, doggone it. All right. I've always been of those who take a while to get results, but doing these types of strategies for the past several years consistently, Lisa is consistent, if nothing else. I am living proof that it will happen. Note, the key word here is consistency. Without it, you're wasting your time. And this is from Lisa, who's closing. I'm pretty sure Lisa is doing 5 to 8 transactions a month. And Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong, but it wasn't always that way. But you have through consistent, massive right action, created a powerful snowball that just keeps on rolling. Okay. So are there any questions, specific questions that would be good for the group for us to crowdsource responses for that came up from yesterday's assignment, or you may have done the assignment this morning but from yesterday's training and assignment? Is there anything that we could help with? And if not now, I would highly recommend that you go and check out the posts from your other challenge members, because there have been some great examples of what to do, and some great questions of what should I do in this scenario. So let us know there. And while we're waiting for those, William, I think it makes sense for us to announce the winner of today's Kindle. And
Yes.
I just picked it randomly from the folks. You know what? Oh, I didn't put the hashtag on mine because it wasn't from yesterday's assignment. So I went through, looked at the folks that did yesterday's homework, and the winner that we have chosen for the Kindle for today is the one and only Adele Forbes. So let's give a round of applause for Adele. So here was Adele's. I contacted 6 for sale by owners. I had 4 conversations. Here's what happened. 2 appointments, 1 tomorrow, 1 Saturday. Kudos to that, right? One said I can look at the property on my own. It's on a lockbox. I realized that it was previously listed and withdrawn in November. Called and decided to tell me about his PhD and how intelligent he is. Don't we all love to hear about how intelligent someone else is? It was kind of funny, really. One didn't respond. One responded up until I asked, when can he get on a call about the home? Okay. I actually have a list of 50 I want to call, but I need a bit more guidance as to how to proceed when in conversation. What saved me today is that I actually am working with a couple of buyers that are looking in the areas that I called. But now I'm talking to one of them to see one of the properties. Full disclosure, I'm not sure if it'll work for him based on his criteria. So what she's saying is the buyer that I'm thinking about may not work for this scenario, right? This is where I get stuck. See you on the call at 3. So don't let yourself get stuck. Here's some things to remember and some pieces of encouragement, let's say. Okay. Number 1, remember that you are a real estate professional, that you have done this many, many times, and that you, and I know you, Adele, can you help this person regardless, this potential seller, regardless of whether or not the buyer you're thinking about is going to buy their home. Okay. So remember that first and foremost. Okay. If they aren't interested, you may be thinking, well, that's a problem. What do I do? Reframe your thinking. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to follow up with Mr. or Mrs. Home Seller and say, hey, you know what? I thought your property was beautiful. I love the blank, I love the deck, and I could see myself having my morning coffee on the deck with the view. However, my client, it's not fitting what they're looking for. They really, this particular thing about your property was kind of a deal breaker for them, right? So whatever that particular thing is, maybe they wanted a finished basement and this property was unfinished, or they wanted a 3-car garage and this only had a 1-car garage, whatever it is. And then, okay, so you let them down and then you transition. And I think the best way to transition in a scenario like that, if you don't have access to something like our Home Boss selling system or our online offer platform or some other unique selling proposition, okay? If you don't have access to something like that, then what I would recommend you go into is this mode. Demonstrate you can help them by helping them. So give them some sort of recommendation, okay? My boy William's smiling because he knows that's from one of my mentors in the digital marketing world, Frank Kern. He's famous for that. Demonstrate you can help them by actually helping them. So how might you help them? You might create a virtual tour for them that they can use in their marketing. You may offer to do some marketing for them. Hey, I know it didn't work out here, but we have some proprietary marketing strategies that we use. Would it be okay if I market your property using some of those strategies? Right? Would it be okay if we set up some technology or some systems for you to capture people that are interested in your property, right? And that technology might be an info box flyer, right? Like we don't have to get like, it doesn't have to be super technical, but the way I would transition is to just demonstrate you can help them by doing something to help them. Provide them with some kind of value. Here's another critical thing that you can do that will differentiate you versus all the other real estate agents who are reaching out to them. Find out the story of where they're going. Connect with them and find out, I forgot to even ask when we were talking the other day, oh, where are you going? Where are you moving? Are you staying local? Or are you building a new house? Are you downsizing or right sizing? And connect with them on that. Get them talking about the property they're going to, even if they haven't identified it. And guess what? If you do that and they haven't found that property yet, at a minimum, you've got an opportunity to pick up a new buyer client. So just make friends with them. Do what you would do if you were helping your mom or your best friend, right? Just look for ways that you can help them. And what I can tell you is if you do that enough, it's going to turn into listings for you. Now, are there going to be instances where you help someone and it doesn't work out for you? They sell it themselves, they list with somebody else? Absolutely. But you know what? You still did something good. You still tried to do good for someone else, and that will come back to you in some way. That may come back to you in the way of a referral from them, from somebody else. They may refer one of the buyers that had come to look. You never know, right? But that would be, that's the way I would approach it. Demonstrate you can help them by actually helping them. Find out what they're doing. Why are they moving? Why did they move? Where are they? What's going on, right? It's not just about the house, because here's what I know. And I'm sure you all experience this. Selling your home, that's not the exciting part. People don't get excited about that. They get excited about where they're going, the dream home they're building, the home that they're downsizing to, whatever it is. And there might be instances where there's some pain associated with that, no doubt. But the fact of the matter is, like, selling your house is not a fun, exciting thing for the most part, right? Getting your house ready to sell and having it available for showings and so forth, it's not great. Here's another way you could demonstrate that you help them, that you can help them by actually helping them. You could set up a way for them, an online booking calendar for them that, oh, by the way, notifies them and you when someone schedules a showing on their property, right? You could use Calendly. You could use something similar. It makes it easier for the buyer to schedule an appointment. And now you become, this kind of popped into my head because of the whole Zillow showing time thing. You become their showing time. Okay. Lots of ways that you can help them. You may just, you may put together a little report, a little 5-page report. I'm going on a rant here. We're going to run out of time for the assignment for the day. No, we're not. You may put it together a little report with like five strategies that they can use to promote their property. I mean, a lot of for sale by owners, they put it on Zillow and they think, oh, I'm done. I'll get a buyer somehow. Or they put, one of those fancy for sale by owner signs that you get at Lowe's, and then they write the number so small that you have to get out of the car and get a magnifying glass. They'll be like, is that a 4 or a 9? Or is that so help them. Anyway, Laura says, I have a few handouts of helpful info. I email them. They always give the email. I also give them a handout with and then it got cut off. I don't know. Our MLS does not allow marketing without an active listing contract. Brandy, Brandy. Yeah, I totally get that. That was just one of numerous options. Yay, Adele, right on. There are very few for sale by owners in my area. I went back to grab January 15th through the 31st, and there were only 6. Is it a good idea to wait a couple of weeks rather than contact them as soon as they list? So, Susan, I would reach out. Here's my personal schedule. Every Monday, I reach out to for sale by owners. Every Monday, new ones and the old ones. Because here's the thing. And sometimes it happens on Tuesday because life happens and Mondays are usually crazy. But here's the thing. I don't just reach out to the new ones. I reach out to the old ones because I'm finding out, is your property still available? Hey, good morning, John. It's me again. Just checking to see if your house is still for sale, if it's still available, right? And here's what you'll find is that eventually, because it is still available, they're going to get frustrated. And they may just come out and say, hey, maybe it's time that we should work together. Maybe it's time I should take you up on your offer, okay? So the other thing I would say, Susan, because you're not the only one in a market where there are a few, where there's not a lot of for sale by owners. You're not the only one for sure. Go back and find old expireds. Old expireds. I'm talking like go 6 months to like 2 years back. Go 6 months to 2 years back before things got crazy, or maybe even go 12 months to 24 months back. So go and look at expireds from 2019. Reach out to them. Same message. Is your house still for sale? That's it. See what happens there. There'll be some of those for sure. Adele agrees. Don't wait. The one I'm seeing tomorrow has only been on Zillow for 1 day. Okay, before we get into today's lesson, one last thing. If you didn't see it, and nobody has asked this, but I want to point it out anyway, I did shoot a little 3 or 4 minute video with a couple of different places that you can find them for sale by owners. So I showed where to find them on Zillow because Zillow moved it around, and 2 other ways that you can find them for free. And then the My Plus leads. It's a little video. You can find it in the stream here one way or another. Okay, so let's transition to today's assignment. And I'm going to post some associated documents with this assignment in the description after we're done here, okay? Some context, though, before I give you the assignment. There are several activities or actions that I believe you should be doing every week in your business. And if you do them consistently, I believe, and I have seen evidence, both personally and others, like our girl Lisa Kelly, that if you do these things consistently, not just every once in a while, not for a month and then not for a month and then whatever, but if you do these things like clockwork, and I'm not talking about big things here. I'm not talking about blocking out 2 hours a day to pound the phones, blech, right? I'm talking about some simple things that you can implement, that you can do in a few minutes a week or a few minutes a day, each day, 3 or 4 days a week, that will create compounding results for you, that will create a snowball of clients that you can't stop it even if you want to. One of those items, one of those action items is a weekly broadcast email, a mass email that you send to your entire database. Maybe they're online leads, they're your sphere of influence, they're your past clients, they're whoever, right? You send it to all of them, and you send it every week. And in a perfect world, you send it the same day every week. Why? Several reasons. And those of you listening, you probably know that I'm not the only person in this, this space that believes in this process. There's a big popular coach who agrees. But let me tell you this, and I'm not trying to steal his thunder. I've been talking about sending a weekly email to your database since about 2007. In fact, one of the very first YouTube videos that I ever created was around this very idea. And I look, don't go back and find it. Don't try and go find, I look ridiculous. I sound ridiculous. I'm awful. Actually, if you do go back and find it, let it be encouraging to you. If you're not comfortable on video, right? Understand that the only way to get better at it is to do it. Anyway, I believe that if you do that, if you do it the same day every week, it's going to create compounding results. Why? For several reasons. Number one, you are demonstrating to your database, to the people receiving this email, that you are consistent. You're demonstrating that you're not going anywhere, right? That you're here, you're still here. It's a year later. You're still here. It's 5 years later. That Lisa Kelly gal, she's not going away, right? I wasn't even thinking about buying a house, but she just keeps emailing me every Thursday or every Friday, whatever day it is. It doesn't matter. It's the consistency. Here's the second thing. Even if they don't open it, they're seeing your name in their inbox every week. There he is again, Josh Shainley. Okay. And if you do a good job in your emails of providing value, of being fun and interesting, of sharing your personality, they will naturally start to create some rapport and relationship with you. And what will happen is you will start to get emails, calls, text messages, Facebook messages, people scheduling calls where you have never spoken to this person. They've never responded to anything. And yet they will reach out to you and basically say, we need to sell our house. We've already decided you're the person to do it. What do we need to do? Or we're ready to sell our existing house and we want to build our dream home in this community. We've been getting your emails for 4 years or 2 years or 4 months or 1 month, whatever it is. And you don't have to compete. This isn't a competitive environment. It's your business. And you do that through consistency and providing value and being interesting and sharing who you are. Okay. Now it will not work. I repeat, it will not work if you use templated stock crap, for lack of a better word. Okay. Now I'm going to show you some examples of the weekly emails that I've been sending, and I'll give you some different, what I call content buckets, and you can kind of pick and choose a bucket, different buckets for each one. And I'm going to give you some of what I think are additional best practices when it comes to this. For example, what I've been doing, which I don't know why I just started doing this, I should have been living this much sooner than this, is my weekly email. I have a video at the top. And since I started doing that, I'm getting way more interaction and engagement and so forth. Some of the people think I'm crazy and have too much energy, but that's okay because I'm being who I am, right? I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I'm just staying authentic to who I am. And here's what I know. And I think this is my quote. I haven't found a person to attribute this quote to. So I'm going to take this as mine. When you try to be all things to all people, you end up being nothing to no one. Okay? So don't try to be all things to all people. Be you. Be your authentic self, whether it's in text or it's on video like this. And if you are, then one, you never have to worry about putting on some kind of fake face or fake persona, because you're the same person right here as you are at dinner time, as you are, in the morning, whatever. And the right people are going to resonate with it. And the wrong people, meaning clients that it wouldn't have been a good experience for you, they're not going to. And that's not only okay, that's a good thing. So let's take a look at some examples of what I'm talking about. And in case you haven't figured it out, your assignment is going to be to do this, to send an email to your entire database, whether your entire database is 5 people, 50 people, 500 people, or 5,000 people. That's your assignment. Okay, we'll get it out of the way here. I'll say it now. We'll repeat it several times. So your day 4 assignment, hashtag day 4HW, is whether it's tonight or it's tomorrow morning, you're sending a broadcast email to your entire database. I'll give you lots of ideas of things that you can include in there. You're going to take a screenshot of the email and you're going to post it as a separate post, not as a comment here. We're going to have loads and loads of comments. We already have loads and loads of comments for today. You're going to post it as a separate post in the group with hashtag day 4HW. And if you want to share some results, maybe say sent to X number of contacts. Okay. And that should suffice. What I do know is some of you are going to be reporting other things as well, like opportunities coming your way. So let me find here I'm going to share, there's two things I'm going to share with the document, okay, with the document, because I've got a little bonus assignment for you as well. And I'll give you some examples on how you can do that. So it is a sample. If this is good stuff, come on, keep hitting the like button. That gets me jazzed. It gets William and I fired up when you guys are smashing the like buttons. You can't see William, but he was getting fired up. All right, so I'm going to share this document into the description. In fact, I'll go ahead and share it in the comments for now. Or maybe we'll add it to the description. It's taking a minute to load because we're streaming and that bogs my computer down. And for whatever reason, later in the day, the Verizon Fios also tends to slow down. So let me grab this. Oh, come on. Being slow. Thank you for all the loving, people. Thank you for all the loving. In my opinion, I believe your email name has a little influence too, not just not Jane Doe, maybe Jane Doe Realtor. My personal one is Lisa Kelly, your Greater Lakeland area resource. Lisa, I agree 100%. It definitely should be your name first though. Mine is Josh Shanley, eXp Realty. But it definitely should be your name first. No question. Good. I appreciate you sharing that. Let's see here. Oh, and for those of you, some of you have already noticed, Mike on my team has started to message you with the link to the 2-day live virtual boot camp. Daphne said, this one's an easy one. I've been doing that for 2 years. We'll go out tomorrow morning. Daphne, I love it. I love it. I love it. So let me see if I can find our live here. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. I want to get this to you because I know we have some super implementers here. Let's get rid of that. That there. So what I recommend, and I'm going to show you a few different buckets of content. What I would recommend is that you include anywhere from 2 to 3, no more than, I think I have on the document up to 7. That's probably a little overkill. That's probably too many. I would keep the content buckets to fewer rather than more, because it can feel a little overwhelming and then people don't engage. So here's mine from last week. I think it was last week. Are my dates right? Maybe I didn't. You know what? I didn't add last week's to this. I'll add last week's to this. So little video here from me, a 1-minute video. Notice the whiteboard gets their attention. I love BombBomb because it does a little animated GIF for the preview. Then I'm teasing some off-market properties. Off-market properties. This is a topic we're going to talk about tomorrow. Building and keeping a database of your own quote unquote silent market or your own shadow inventory. So I'm teasing some off-market properties with a call to action to get more information. I typically will include a market snapshot. That's this right here. And I literally just take a screenshot from my MLS, okay, over the last 7 days. And then this one, I just had 2 content buckets. Well, I guess 3. The video, the off-market properties, the market snapshot, okay? Here's another example for you. This is before I started doing the videos at the top. Again, what was I thinking or doing? I don't know. Even I forget my own best practices, okay? That's why we need coaches and mentors and guides in our life, right? To keep us focused on track and doing the right things, taking the right actions, okay? In this one, I repurposed some old videos. Oh, this is an older one. This is an older video. Oh, no, those are new videos. So I have had some videos in here. Anyway, you can see examples of what those look like, okay? All right, now for the bonus assignment, for the bonus action item. It is my belief that one thing you should all have in all of your outgoing email, whether it's a mass email, it's a one-to-one email, whatever, all of your outgoing email should have something that Dean Jackson, easy for me to say, affectionately refers to as a super signature. So I'm bringing up mine to show you an example of what mine looks like right now. A super signature, as we're describing here, is in addition to whatever you're required to include by your state or by your broker, is options for people to create curiosity and get them asking you about X or Y or Z. Okay. Now mine is pretty detailed and lengthy currently. Yours does not need to be. Yours could be as simple as P.S. Would you like us to include your property in our silent market program? Question mark. That's it. Or P.S. Would you like a list of all the off-market properties we have available right now? You won't find these on Zillow or Realtor.com. P.S. Would you like information about the special financing programs and incentives we have available right now? Okay. It doesn't have to have links and be as fancy as this. Mine did not start this way. Mine started with 3 options. In fact, it probably started with 1 or 2 options and no links. It was just, hey, if you'd be interested in this, let me know. Okay. So it's a PS. It should be at the very bottom. And I also have a document with some examples of that. We'll bring that up real quick, and then we're gonna change gears here. We'll confirm what the hopefully Adele is the only one that's frozen. Can you all hear me and see me still? Hit the like button or let me know in the comments. Hopefully it's just one of you. It seems like it's still working. So I'll also be sharing this super signature examples. Okay. So for you overachievers, when you post your homework tomorrow, take a screenshot of the email that you've sent and a screenshot of your super signature with hashtag day4HW and the number of contacts that you sent it to. Okay, good. It must have just been something weird on for Adele, which can happen. I mean, it's the internet. What are you going to do? But here's a bunch of simple examples you can model. So here's one. Here's one that is super simple. Thinking about buying a new home? Ask me about the special financing programs we have available right now. First-time home buyer, blah, 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 right? Thinking about selling your home in the next 3 to 6 months? Ask me about our silent market program where we can get your home sold for top dollar, very little hassle, and no time flat, something like that. Okay. So I'll get you that. And to confirm, before we change gears here, because we're going to do what I think is going to be a very powerful little exercise for everyone. You're going to send a broadcast or mass email to your entire database. If you don't know how to do that, I'm going to give you some tough love. Figure it out. Find some way to do that. Okay. There are lots of services out there. I think MailChimp, you can even sign up for free with to start. There are other email programs that you can use to start. Some of you may be with brokerages where you could do it with your brokerage technology. Just figure out some way to make that happen. Worst case scenario, if it's less than 500 emails, you take it, you put it in your Gmail and just blow it out that way. If you do that, put them as BCC. So not everybody's seeing who else got it. You are going to put these Google Docs in the files. Yes, Jackie. What I've been doing, Jackie, for you and everyone else is when I reference one, I add it to the description of the live video. Okay. All right. Everybody clear? Give me a thumbs up or an all clear if we're good on today's homework. Give me a thumbs up or an all clear if we're good on today's homework. Right on. Brian, thank you for that. Come on, folks. All clear. Give me a thumbs up. Oh, I meant in the comments, but some of you are smashing the thumbs up. I appreciate that as well. I wasn't clear enough. Good, good, good. Okay, so we're all clear on the homework. Now, what I want to do, and this was, this exercise will only be as valuable, or will only be valuable if you participate. Okay, so if you have apprehensions about posting in the comments, or you're just shy or whatever, I'm going to challenge you to get out of your shell and participate. Okay. What I want you to do in the comments, and we'll get to the email questions. Some of you are asking some questions about the emails. We'll get to those at the end, okay? Because I want to keep moving along here. What I want you to do in the comments is I want you to look at, you can look at the last 12 months, the last 24 months, it's up to you. And I want you to and most of you probably remember this. Some of you may have to do a little, a quick little research. I want you to post your best month transaction-wise over the last 12 to 24 months. So what was your best month, the most transactions from a number, a unit number of transactions, not volume, units that you closed in a single month? Your best month ever, the last 12 to 24 months. Okay, your best ever the last 12 to 24 months. I think I have 6 scheduled for February, so that would probably be mine. I don't think I did. For those of you who don't know me, I just jumped back into active production at the beginning of last year, 0 to 30. I closed my 30th on December 31st, and looking to more than double that this year. Okay, so we're starting to get some response. I don't want the month. I want the number. I want the number of closed transactions that was your best month in the last 12 to 24 months. Okay, so 3, 4, 4, 5, 4, 5, 2, 1. But my man Toffist, like, you're just getting started. I know you're new in the game here. Harry, 2. John, 1. Keep them coming. Come on, people. 3. Travis, thank you for that. 4. 4. I think, Laurie, you mean 4. It was FOR, but I think you probably mean 4. Jason, 5. Rick, 2. Michelle, an animal, 8. I love it. Laura, 2. Bob, 3. Come on, keep them coming, people. Keep them coming. 5 closed. 4. Doreen, thank you. George, 2. Come on. Allison, 3. Good for you, Allison. Right on. Daphne, 3. Right on. 4. I love it. Hillary, 2. Good stuff. Lori was 4. Sorry. Susan, 3. I love the participation, people. It shows me that you're like serious about this. Tanya, 7. Donna, 2. Weston, 3. Right on. Come on, keep them coming. Brandy, 12. Woo! That's some good stuff right there. Gail, Gigi, 3 of them. Good stuff. Come on. I know there's more of you here than are responding. Come on, people. Get out of your comfort zone. Kathleen, 2. Okay, this is a judgment-free zone here, right? There's no right or wrong answers. This is a judgment-free zone. Come on, a couple more. Let's get 3 or 4 more, and then we're gonna do the little exercise here. Karen, 2. Sonia, 2. Come on, one or two more. We almost have 100% of you. Well, getting close to. Brandy got a whole bunch of love there on that 12. I love it too. Come on. Don't be shy. Let's see one or 2 more. Oh, the others are in the bathroom, Kathy says. Okay, fair enough. We are going on a little long here. Come on, one more number. I want to see one more number from somebody who hasn't posted yet. The most transactions you've closed in a single month in the last 12 to 24 months. Your best month ever. Come on. All right, fine. I'll be it. I didn't post mine. 6. There we go. Okay. So here's what I want you to do now. You might close your eyes during this. You might take notes, right? You might write down what comes to mind. There's no right or wrong way to do this, but I want you to participate. I want you to imagine, I want you to visualize, I want you to picture, I want you to journal. What would it be like? What would it be like if your best month ever became the norm, became the average, right? Your best was now the baseline. What was your ceiling is now the floor. What would that do? How would that affect you when it comes to the balance that you may have in your family? How would that affect you, your body, right? How would that affect you mentally, emotionally? How would that affect your bank account? How would that affect your progress towards retirement or preparing for retirement? Okay? No right or wrong answers here. I just want you to envision, okay, visualize or journal or picture in your brain, how would your life be different if what was the ceiling became the floor? If it was your PR, your personal record, became like nothing. Like it was like, just another month. That's just what I do. I close 5 deals a month. It's just what I do. I think it was Brandy. I closed 12 a month. 12 times 12, that's 144. Yeah, no big deal. 144 a year? It's nothing, right? Maybe it's 2 a month. That's still 24 a year. I know some of you that mentioned 2 in your average price point. That's still a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good commission. What does that mean for you? How would that affect your family? How would that affect your ability to take care of your children or maybe your growing parents, right? What would that do for you? How would that affect your sleep, right? How would that affect your health from that perspective, from a peace of mind and a confidence perspective? How would it help you in the confidence that you have with clients? Here's what I know from experience. When you don't have a lot of deal flow, when you don't have a lot of client flow, you tend to get a little bit desperate, right? You tend to let some clients, some ornery clients, maybe push you around a little bit, right? Disrespect you, hold you to expectations that aren't realistic. Okay, well, how would that affect you? I want you to picture and envision these things in your mind. I want you to write them down, whatever makes sense for you, whatever resonates most with you. And then here's the most important part. I want you to feel what that would feel like to step into that best version of you. Okay? Envision that best version of you standing right in front of you or standing to the side of you, almost like a spirit from a movie when you see the spirit leaving that person. Well, it's standing there. Maybe that person's even looking at you. They're staring at you in your eyes. And I want you to step into that being, step into that person, become that person, feel what that would feel like. Okay? Now, yeah, look at that. Cynthia, just one average price transaction more per month would be $60,000 or more per year. Just one more per month. One more per month. Okay? Kathy, they're smiling at me. Absolutely. Joanna, gives me peace of mind. We're getting some great questions, technical questions about the email. I promise we'll address those. Okay? Feel what that would feel like. Are you standing, or is that version of you standing taller? Do you have your shoulders back more? Is your chin up higher? Is there this glow about you, right? Where you feel like literally like you're glowing, like you have an energy about you, a positive energy, an attractive energy. Okay. Hopefully all of you can feel that. And what I would encourage you to do is do that frequently. Maybe every Friday, you take 5 minutes and you create that imagery in your brain of what that would look like. Now, why did I have you do that? Why did we have you go through that exercise? Because in the current market we are in, with the current market conditions we're in, and things like what's going on with the Zillow and Showing Time thing, it is more critical than ever. If you're going to become that best version of you, as it relates to you as the real estate professional, you have got to become a listing-centric agent. You've got to make your business and focus on making your business a listing-centric model. That's the only way that you are going to be able to step into that best version of yourself when it comes to what we do and when it comes to this business that we're in, this business that we've chosen. You've got to be that dominant listing agent, what we're calling the listing linchpin, the listing linchpin. And if that's something you're committed to, if that's something that resonates with you, if you can see that better version of you you stepping into that better version because of that, right? Because we know that listings control the inventory. If you've got the listing, who cares who owns Showing Time, right? If that makes sense for you, then I would implore you to check out the 2-day live listing virtual boot camp that many of you have already been sent a private message with the link, but you can check it out at virtuallistingsbootcamp.com, virtuallistingsbootcamp.com. And over a 2-day period, what we're going to do is we're going to unpack for you and give you the keys to the castle when it comes to becoming a listing linchpin. This 5-day challenge was specifically designed with tactical, easy, sort of bite-sized strategies that you can use to create some quick wins, to create some new opportunities, to create some momentum, to create some belief in yourself as it relates to getting more listings. This boot camp is about taking that and 10xing it and helping you build out predictable and scalable and profitable systems and leverage so that what we do this week becomes a natural thing. And that when you decide that you want to go from 5 transactions and that's your new floor, and you want to make your new floor 10, you just say, well, I'm going to bolt on this system that we covered and walked through and helped you with at the boot camp. Or I want to double that again. I'm going to take these 2 off the shelf and I'm going to bolt them in. So you can get all the details about the boot camp. It's a live virtual boot camp over 2 days, February 24th and February 25th, 11 a.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern each day. And the first day is all around lead gen systems and creating inbound listing opportunities and appointments. Day two is how do you crush that? How do you go wild with unique selling propositions, being able to offer sellers different options, how you can crush your listing appointment. And then we're going to have what I'm calling listing linchpin success panels. So we're bringing on agents all throughout different markets that are part of our organization and sharing what they're doing to take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 listings a month, every month. Okay. So definitely check that out. Now, some words of warning here. Number 1, we've got early bird pricing available on it. So right now, if you go there right now, virtuallistingsbootcamp.com, you can get early bird pricing, $200 off what will be the price once the early bird period ends. Okay. You are getting first access as being participants in the challenge, but not just participants. actively engaged participants. Because here's what I can commend you all for. We had a lot more people register for this thing than are on this thing right now. So you are to be commended for people of action who commit to something and see it through. Okay, so you're getting first crack at it. We are going to up the pricing at the end of the early bird period if we don't sell out before that, because we're going to limit the number of seats, the number of tickets, because we want to be able to pour into each of you, to be able to dedicate time to each of you, to create systems and solutions specifically for your market and your personality and the type of clientele that you're going after. We want it to be, this isn't about having hundreds and hundreds of you in this live virtual boot camp. It's a boot camp. We are going to work, right? We are going to work. When we are done with the boot camp, you're going to have things that are ready to go to pour gasoline on the fire that we've built or started to build this week. So virtuallistingsbootcamp.com is where you can grab your spot, grab your seat. It's $297. The regular price is $497. So it's $200, 40% off for the early bird. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. And listen, selfishly, just like this challenge, this is for me as well. This gives me an opportunity to clarify and then share what's working for me. And then what I know, because it's already happened in this challenge, what I know is we're going to get a ton of value from each other. We'll have, from feedback, from engagement at the boot camp. Well, hey, Josh, have you thought about this? Or, hey, what if you go after this segment of potential sellers? Or what if you took that message and put it over here in this type of strategy? So it's going to be incredible. I can't wait. John says, looking forward to it. So I appreciate that. All right. So Kathleen says, I got it in my messenger. Most never transact. Oh, we're going back to that. My bad. Okay. So let's do this now. Let's open it up for Q&A. Number one, about the homework assignment, which I'll address those now. And number two, if anyone has questions about the boot camp that they're comfortable sharing publicly, go ahead and comment below. And if not publicly, you can send me a private message. You can email, you can call, text me. I'm happy to, Kathleen, so are we going to be participating in the boot camp? Well, if you enroll in the boot camp, I would hope you would participate, right? That's the whole point. We want actively your participation, and we're going to have, just like this, we're going to have assignments. We're going to have work that you're going to complete. We'll even have some breakout rooms and some masterminding. It is going to be killer for sure. Cynthia says, I'm in, I signed up. Well, kudos to you, Cynthia. All right. While those other questions come in, let's address some of the questions about today's homework real quick. There was some email. If they think I'm a spammer for this, how do I correct it? Ellen, I'm assuming you mean if they want to unsubscribe. Well, if you're using a service for that, you can unsubscribe them, or they will have an unsubscribe link. So if you use LionDesk or KV Core or Top Producer or MailChimp or GetResponse or Constant Contact or insert any number of CRM or email provider, they're going to be able to unsubscribe from that. Dates of the boot camp. Laurie, February 24th and February 25th. So it's a Wednesday and a Thursday, February 24th, February 25th. Can I work in the boot camp for an hour each day in my car? I pick up the kids from school 12 to 1 each day. Absolutely, Allison. Absolutely. Because we're doing it virtually, given what's going on, and also to save you all a bunch of money. I mean, if we were doing this live in person, you have the cost of the travel and the stay over. So we can save everybody a bunch of money. But because of how we're going to be facilitating interaction and engagement and so forth, it's going to feel like we're there in person. We might even do a happy hour the Wednesday of the boot camp. I don't know. We might where we can all get our favorite beverage, our drink of choice. This is not my this wouldn't be what I would be drinking for cocktail hour. But
everything will be backed up on a membership site also, Josh. So for whatever reason, one of one of the students can't make one of the classes, all the homework assignments, the tips to get listings will all be backed up for you to get active.
So will the boot camp be mobile friendly? Yes, absolutely. Kathleen, so Kathleen was clarifying. Will we be talking? Absolutely. You won't have to, but it's going to be encouraged. And we'll be able to have open mic and bring people on that have questions or need help or to hot seat even. All of that is fair game. All of that is fair game. Let's see here. Some folks, if you're having trouble with the link, just shoot me a message or email me and we'll get you the, that's a redirect link. We can get you the direct link. Sometimes forwarding domains, for whatever reason, sometimes they just don't work the way they're supposed to. Lisa, what are all the numbers for? So Lisa, I don't know if you got caught up in here, but Lisa, what we were sharing, we were going through an exercise, sharing our best month ever transaction unit wise. So best month ever number of transactions over the last 12 to 24 months. And then we went through an exercise where we kind of step into the best version of ourselves, where that best month becomes our average month. That ceiling becomes our new floor. So that's what we were doing there. Let's see here. George, with the links in your email signature, did you notice delivery rate go down? I did not. But honestly, if that's something you're worried about, don't put them in there. Just put them in a form of a question, right? Just make it. Here's what I can tell you, okay? Because I didn't unpack this about the super signature because we were going kind of long. But what is going to happen with this is it goes back to consistency. If that is in all of your outgoing emails, what will happen is over time, over a month, over 3 months, over 6 months, over 12 months, you're going to get people that reply and say, hey, what's the deal with the special financing? Or what's the deal with the silent market program? Or what's the deal with the home boss selling system? And they just ask. They're just curious. And that's all you want is curiosity. Ellen, what's the maximum emails you can send in 24 hours? I have a lot of DBs. Some say my email always go to spam folder. So Ellen, in my opinion, it would make sense for you to use it would make sense for you to invest into a service like, I don't know what you're using for CRM, but your CRM might be able to do it. And if not, there are lots of other great options for just email functionality like this, Get Response, Constant Contact, MailChimp. I mean, there are any number of options for that.
And Josh, I've got a really good question coming in from John Rawlings. He says, Josh, I have trouble with my listing presentation. Will the boot camp address that?
100,000% yes, John. So not only will we give you the listing presentation, okay? Not only will we give you that, but my man Joe, he's one of our secret agents for day 2 of the boot camp. My man Joe will walk you through how you can take that presentation and make it come to life and make it virtually irresistible for them to say yes right then and there. So absolutely, John, we got you covered. Here's the other cool thing, John. What I will tell you is using the systems and the methodologies and the strategies that we're going to share with you on day 1. In many cases, you won't have to use a listing presentation. Okay. So the listing that I went live with today, I have never even met her in person. Never even met her. Okay. So not only did we not do a listing presentation, I haven't met her. I will meet her tomorrow morning for the first time. Does that happen all the time? Not necessarily, but I would say more often now in the climate that we're in. So the answer is we got your answer for the listing presentation, but also understand that we are going to create listing opportunities for you in a competition-free environment. You're not going to be competing against 3 other agents, 5 other agents, 10 other agents. Maybe sometimes, but the majority of the time, I like to make things easy, right? I'm not afraid of competition, but I try to create scenarios where there is no competition, right? I want to play in a blue ocean. I don't want to swim around with the sharks in the red ocean. I want to swim in the blue ocean, right? Let me have everything. Okay.
I've got another really good question, one coming from Adele. The comments are coming in so fast, but she said essentially that she signed up and she's very excited. She's interested to learn different strategies, but then also she's interested in learning how to deal with hard to convert sellers. And that's something that we had just touched on.
So then, Adele, this is critical for you. Day 2, session 1. Day 2, session 1. That is the one that you are not going to want to miss. Okay. Now, the reality is, I don't want you to miss any of it. But that one, day 2, session 1, is where you'll see how we address that and how we use both a unique selling proposition and the ability to offer a seller multiple options. Also, day 2, session 3, who I'm calling Mr. X. It's not Joe. He's another one of our secret agents. I'm calling him Mr. X. He will show you how he's using that and weaving in the multiple options and so forth. Because here, think about this. If or when you do have a competitive situation, okay, and the other agents you're competing with, they come in and they make this listing presentation and they tell them, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, this is how we work. This is what we do, blah, blah, blah. And you come in and not only do you have a unique proposition where you can demonstrate to them that you can help them net the most amount of money with the least amount of hassle and in the fastest amount of time. But not only that, but you offer them options where they're not saying yes or no. They're saying, I'll take option B. Who do you think they're going to work with, right? 9 out of 10 or 99 out of 100, this guy right here.
And I wanted to congratulate a few people if I could. I wanted to congratulate Kelly, Lisa Kelly, congratulations on taking action. Also,
right on.
Busy, congrats. They're coming in pretty fast. I wanted to congratulate a few people. It looks like Laura Stanford said, signed up, I'm in. Congratulations, Laura. Joanne said she signed up. Congratulations, Joanne. If you guys got any questions, put them in the question box right now. We're on a lag of a few seconds, so they do come in a moment after. But there was a couple of questions that I wanted to address. Joanne said, actually, Kathleen says, do we get lifetime access to the boot camp in case we want to go back and rewatch?
So you can. That is an optional upgrade. And here's why we did it. Number one, it will only be valuable if people are there. Okay. So for it to be as valuable for everyone is if we have people there live, right? If we were doing it in person, it wouldn't be much fun and there wouldn't be much energy if no one was there, if no one was participating. Okay. Number two, we looked at what we're charging for it versus the value that we're providing. And so we made a decision that yes, we're going to make them available, but it's a slight upgrade fee. Okay. So full transparency there, because I think someone else had asked about that. That's just full transparency. We want you to participate there live. And if you want the lifetime access to the recordings, you can have them. It's just a slight upgrade charge for it. Is one of the options for the homeowners, the Home Boss selling system. It is, Rosanna. It is. But there are numerous ways that you can slice that. I could come up with, in virtually every scenario, I could come up with at least 3 different options for a seller, regardless of the Home Boss selling system and our online offer platform. And we can dive deep into that. And I'll even, we'll even go through examples of that in the bootcamp.
I just wanted to say one thing that I thought of while I was listening to you talk. I've had the unique privilege. I've actually known Josh for over 10 years. And when I met Josh 10 years ago, he was teaching how to get buyer leads and seller leads and how to convert more sellers and convert more buyers. And the unique opportunity that we've had is we've got to see a few real estate cycles. We've got to see real estate go up in value. We've got to see it go down in value. And where we are right now is kind of on the upswing. It's a very unique time because right now the real estate market, I believe, would be in like a seller's market stage 1. The ability to get listings has never been as unprecedented as it is right now, and the necessity to get them to prime ourselves to really take advantage of what is coming out to be probably one of the most profitable years in real estate in maybe the last 10 or 15 years, 2021. So when you align yourself with Josh to get the listings that you know you deserve and position yourself as the authority listing agent, I think you all, from my perspective, are very, very lucky, because I have seen the results in advance. I've had an opportunity to see what you have not. You've been able to see, you know, the testimonials from other people in the group, but I've also had the opportunity to see the testimonials from hundreds of other agents that are in the position that you are right now, took action and transformed their real estate businesses as well as their lives and their income. So I'm really excited for you guys.
So I want to address something that Ed, a comment that Ed made, and give him some props for it. And I also totally forgot about one cool bonus for those of you early action takers that take action in the early bird window. So I'm going to share that. Ed says, I am in. I will have to cancel a doctor appointment I've had for a year. Now, far be it for me to recommend that Ed do that, but kudos to Ed for being willing to do that, because I'm telling you, there is something, even in a virtual environment, there is something special that happens when a group of like-minded, hungry, motivated individuals come together. And you won't be able to replicate that experience if you're not in that virtual live environment. So good for you, Ed. Good for you, Ed. So before I share the bonus, a lot of people are asking for the homework assignment. So I'm going to reiterate it, and then I'll put it in the description. But the homework assignment is this. Send out a broadcast or mass email to your entire database. There are examples in the document that's in the description of this video. For a bonus, include or make sure that you've got your super signature created, so that all of those outgoing emails, those people that get your email are going to see that super signature. Take screenshots of those and post them as a standalone post in the group with the hashtag Day4HW. Hashtag Day4HW. Now, for those of you, so don't worry if you've already signed up, like Karen, and it looks like maybe Jeffrey as well. For those of you who have already signed up, you're going to get this as well. What I'm going to do as a pre-boot camp, sort of, I'm going to call it maybe a mini camp, right? You know how for football, they go to mini camp before they go to the real, the actual boot camp. We're going to do a little mini camp where I'm going to unpack one of the strategies. In fact, it's the strategy that I used to get the listing that I just mentioned that went live today, that I have not met Jennifer in person as of yet. We've had a couple of phone calls, bunch of text messages, bunch of emails, not met her in person. And we are live on the MLS right now using the Home Boss selling system. I'm going to walk you step by step, click by click, exactly how I did that. And I am willing to bet it will be completely new and unique for you. Maybe the execution of it, not so much, but I'm telling you that this is it's a potential game changer, and it's something that I am adding in to my business so I can step into that best version of me, where my ceiling of number of transactions becomes my new floor. Okay. And so that will happen, and that will make sure that one, because it's going to be scheduled a little last minute. I believe it'll be next Tuesday, but I don't have the time blocked in yet. We'll make sure that all of you that enroll into the boot camp, you will get the recording of that. You will get the recording of that so that you can, here's what I know. From that, many of you will get way more value than the $297 investment just from the mini camp, the mini boot camp version of what we're going to do. All right. Daphne, thank you for that. Send an email to your entire database, post the screenshot, bonus, include your super signature. Giddy up. John signed up for it. Joanna signed up for it. Right on. Okay. Well, we've set the new record for these for the live trainings. We've been going for about 75 minutes. So I think we're going to go ahead and come in for a landing. But let me say this in closing. you've got your homework, right? You've got your homework. We did a powerful exercise that I am promising you, if you start to make that a weekly habit, or maybe even a daily habit of just closing your eyes and envisioning that very best version of you, and you stepping into that version with shoulders back and your chest puffed up and your neck or your chin up high, right? We gave you an opportunity to get the early bird access to the boot camp. And what I will say is, we see a lot of people that are already taking action. But if you have questions, right, and you want those answered before you enroll, I get it. Some people, you just want to make sure what you're doing, what you're investing into. I get that 100%. Send me a private message, shoot me an email. You should probably have my cell phone, 717-571-0456, right? If I'm with the family, I'll get back to you later. But take action first, first and foremost, which you all have been doing an incredible job of at the challenge. So William, thank you, my friend. This was great stuff. I'm so hot and bothered and excited. I'm getting a little sweaty, even though it's like 10 degrees here. Very good. Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. I can't wait to see your homework for day 4. Keep your results coming, good, bad, or indifferent. Okay? Post your results. Stay focused on taking right action, massive right action. I want to see how many of you, I know we've had at least a couple of you take listing appointments just from what we've done in the challenge, which is awesome to see. And many, many, many of you have gotten a number of appointments. If you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out or even post in the group from some help if it can be crowdsourced. Thank you so much. Tomorrow is the last day, day 5. I know it's a Friday afternoon, but make sure you're there, because the work that we're going to do tomorrow, is going to keep you focused on the right things. It's going to create opportunities for you consistently that you wouldn't see otherwise. You wouldn't necessarily be aware of if you don't do tomorrow's assignment. So you definitely want to be there for that as well. Thank you so much. And looking forward to tomorrow already. And man, I can't wait for the boot camp, especially with the level of excitement that so many of you have shared as well. So thank you all. Let's get out of here. See you tomorrow.